All right, so let's talk about a realistic timeline for scaling your personal brand from 0 to 30K per month. And how do I know this? Because as you can see, I make like 3,000 a day from YouTube. So those are my better days, but I'm making like thousands a day just from AdSense from YouTube. Here's one day where I made 22K in high ticket sales. And here's one day where I made $243,000. So I'm consistently making multiple six figures per month. So I definitely know how to get from 0 to 30K per month because I did it years ago. So let's talk about a realistic timeline for doing this. What you should do month by month for the first 6 months in order to get here. So month number 1, you need to choose and test niche ideas. Now I have entire videos on this channel about how to pick your niche. So if you're not exactly sure how to do that, you can definitely check those videos out. But month 1, the truth is you're probably not going to pick the right niche right away. Even if you already have a business, there's probably going to be different angles coming at that business in order to get people to actually convert, right? So just as an example, I have a friend who sells watches and, that's his niche. And what he found to be really effective is to actually compare real watches to fake watches. So you see what I mean? Like that took him a long time to figure that out. But if you see what I mean, he didn't really know what his niche was in terms of getting traffic. He knew what his niche was in terms of his business, but getting traffic versus driving people to your business is a completely different thing, right? So you're going to be choosing and testing different niche ideas out, and you want to upload consistently. Okay. So just, as a general rule, try to solve problems for the past version of yourself. The version of yourself that had issues in the past, try to solve problems for that person. That's going to get you going in the right direction. And eventually you are going to find that perfect, viewer audience fit, VAF, not product market fit, but viewer audience fit. And you want to promote affiliate products to test whether it's something people will buy. This is a really kind of cheat code way of seeing, okay, now you got a bunch of people watching your videos, but what about actually buying stuff? Because there are times where you will attract a lot of people to watch your videos, but they're not actually interested in buying anything. And that can be a big problem, right? You don't want that to happen. And because of that, it's very important that you actually test different things out. And if there's affiliate links available for you to do that, and then people actually start making purchases, that is a very easy way of testing things out and establishing what's known as proof of concept. Okay, so proof of concept is incredibly important because this is going to allow you to not waste time, right? So if other people are selling stuff and it looks like they're successful, that's one level of proof of concept. But an even deeper level, the second level, is selling yourself, right? You want to make sure that your audience is the type of audience that is going to buy, and the types of videos that are attracting audience are the types of people they're going to buy. And optional here, but very, very effective. Some of my best students have actually done this, is to do a 30-day challenge. So obviously, like YouTube is my main platform, but of course I post on all the different platforms. And if you're starting a personal brand, you can do this as well. And I highly recommend doing a 30-day challenge where you upload one piece of content every single day for 30 days. All right, month number 2. You want to lock in on a chosen niche. This is very, very important. You've tested in month number 1, you've uploaded a bunch of different pieces of content and you're starting to see what works for you. And now you want to lock in on a chosen niche. And this is also when you start promoting or creating your own product. Now, what I highly recommend that you do here is you choose a high ticket product. So this is something that is going to be like coaching, service, or an agency. And if you're selling like a one-time thing, I highly recommend it's bare minimum 3K. And if you're selling a multiple time thing, I highly recommend it's at least 1K per month. Okay. So bare minimum 3K and bare minimum 1K per month. And you want to start promoting or creating your own product. And the easiest way to do this without doing, a super fancy landing page that's going to probably take you weeks to make is just to simply use a Calendly link. So a Calendly link is something that allows people to basically schedule a time to talk with you over, either Zoom or Google Meet or even over the phone, and it'll actually show up in their calendar, which is really nice. And what you want to do is just basically, in your description, you want to put something along the lines of uh, schedule coaching here, or schedule a call with me here, schedule a consultation here, and then the Calendly link, right? And then in your video, you want to have a strong call to action where you're basically just like, if you want to schedule a call about this, talk about, your business, or talk about how, you achieve XYZ goal that you want, then go ahead, schedule that call down in the description and the pinned comment below, and you can talk with me directly. Now, on your Calendly link, you're going to have questions. And based on these questions, you can determine whether the person is qualified or not. And if they are not qualified, then you would cancel the call. So you would not take a call with them. And if they are qualified, you'd take the call. But to be completely honest with you, when you first start, you should probably just take the call with everyone, because it's really good market research. Okay. It's really going to be really good for market research. So whether or not they are qualified or not, it's going to really help you with market research and figuring out what people actually want. So month number 3, now you're starting to get sales for your high ticket product, and you're really starting to make good money. In fact, a lot of people make it to 10K per month in month number 2. I've even had students make it to multiple 10K per month in month number 1. My fastest student made it there in 18 days. But a lot of students start hitting it in month 2, and that's great. Month 3, you want to start raising your prices. So remember when I said 3K? You want to raise that to like 5K at this point. Okay, so 5K is really kind of like the industry standard for a really good coaching program. And remember when I said 1K, you probably want to do at least 2K per month. Okay, so that's kind of the industry standard for an agency, and a lot of agencies actually even charge more than that. And the reason you want to start raising your prices is now you're starting to actually get to the point where you're probably getting pretty good results for people. And you do not want to be seen as a commodity. You don't want to be seen as a lower ticket agency. And so for that reason, like really good agencies, guys, honestly, they charge 10 to 30K per month a lot of the time. Okay. So like YouTube agencies, for instance, that are really good, they're charging like 10 to 30K per month. So charging 2K per month, you're basically lumping yourself in with the bad agencies, whether or not you're a good agency or not. And so you want to start charging more so that 1, you can spend more time on your clients getting them results. 2, you attract better clients. And 3, you just position yourself as a higher quality agency. And, everyone knows, for instance, different watch brands, for instance, Seiko, the Japanese watch brand, makes like amazing watches, incredible watches. And they're all like, less than 1K. Some of them are just like $100 or a few $100. Whereas, Rolex, let's see, Richard Mille, for instance, Richard Mille is usually like, I don't know, 250K at least. Rolex, even the cheapest ones are like 10K brand new. And a lot of them are around like 50K, right? Even though Seiko creates watches that are just as good, people pay way more for this. Why? Because it is seen as the premier product, as a super, super good product. And that's what you want to position yourself as well. You want to position yourself as the, premier service, right? The premium service. And then month number 4 to 6, scale content and product service marketing. And from here, you can aim for $30,000+ a month. So it's basically just, continuing to tinker with things, continuing to create different types of content, figure out what your audience wants, continue to make your service better as well. Make sure you have a good service. And yeah, that is basically what you do in the first 4 to 6 months. Now, some common mistakes to avoid. This is specifically for YouTube, but you can apply it to pretty much any other platform as well. Uploading issues. This is the most common mistake by far, and it's just not uploading regularly or uploading inconsistently. And the reason for 99% of people that they end up doing this is perfectionism. This is a massive, massive problem, and people become perfectionists, and because of that, they don't upload regularly. Okay. And don't be a perfectionist. Some of the best content I've ever watched was made on Loom videos, just like this. Especially people that are high ticket buyers, they don't care about being entertained. They don't care about you spending 30 hours in After Effects or in Photoshop making the best possible images for your video. They don't care about that. They don't even notice that. All they care about is the value. Okay. That is all they care about. So just make sure you're giving good value in your videos and don't really worry too much about the quality. Another one is content issues. And the biggest thing here is poor video ideas. So the video idea is actually the number one most important thing, or really the content idea in general. It's the number one most important thing that will make or break your content. So the thing is yes, you want good content ideas, but the only way to really find good content ideas is with volume, just to try a bunch of different things out, right? And that's really the only way to do it. And a much smaller issue, this very rarely happens to anybody, is low quality content. Like the actual quality of your content is too low. That's usually a much smaller issue, and it rarely, if ever, happens to anybody. Some of my lowest quality videos I've ever made ended up getting millions of views. Okay, so, and then videos that I've spent hundreds of hours, had massively incredible quality, ended up absolutely bombing, right? So quality usually is not that big of an issue. Then you've got marketing issues. This is uncompelling title, thumbnail, and intro. On Instagram or other platforms, it would be your hook, right? Your hook or your creative, like your images, basically, that you have on the thing. Basically, the thing that first catches their attention. That's the biggest thing. Marketing is all about just first catching someone's attention. So you need to make sure that you nail this, because you could have the best product in the world or the best content in the world, but if the marketing is really bad, it's not gonna do well. And then the only other thing that you really have to worry about here is not delivering on the promised value. So you're gonna say like, hey, I'm gonna get you some value out of this video. Then if you don't deliver on it, people are gonna be really disappointed and they're not gonna come back. So that is a problem. Again, just make sure that you're giving good value in your videos. Talk to the younger version of yourself and just give them advice that you wish you knew. And that's usually not gonna be an issue. Then you got mindset issues. And a big one here is negative mindset. Honestly, this might be the biggest issue of all, although people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear like, oh, there's no problem with my mindset. There's no problem with my mentality. But realistically speaking, like this is the reason why probably 80% of people don't get results, at least. They need to fix their mindset. So never have a negative mindset. Embrace a learner mindset, right? So even if you're failing over and over again, even if your content isn't getting views, it's not getting traction, you're learning every single time. So embrace that mindset and have realistic expectations. I know all the gurus out there, like you can get to 100K in 2 weeks, but realistically speaking, this is going to take you some time. It is absolutely realistic within 3 to 6 months to get to 10 to 30K per month. Like that absolutely happens. Many of my students have been able to do this, but a lot of them end up getting, to 5K per month. They miss the mark a little bit. They end up getting to 5K per month, or they, end up getting to like 8K per month and quitting their job. And some people don't even want to make 30K per month, right? Some people are more than happy with just 8K or 10K per month. So just have realistic expectations. Understand that it's going to take you a little bit of time to get that, viewer content fit. VCF, right? Viewer content fit, and then also the product market fit, right? Get your product market fit down, and then also your viewer content fit, VCF, right? It's going to take some time to get these things down. But once you get them down, you're going to be printing money. And then quality standard issues increase, not meeting minimum viable quality standards. The biggest thing, guys, is just make sure you have good audio and make sure your face is visible, right? Those are the two biggest things. So, your face can't be like pixelated or anything like that, or out of focus. So yeah, just to go over these again very quickly, steps for each phase. You got the experimental phase. You want to choose and test your niche. You want to create content consistently. You want to use affiliate links as proof of concept. Then you've got niche commitment. You want to lock in on a niche. Make sure you're solving real problems for real people with real money. And then start promoting a product or service, and keep it simple, guys. Don't create some fancy landing page. At first, just use a Calendly link. Once you've got some data from the Calendly link, then you can create a simple landing page, and then start split testing the things that matter, like the headline and the creative. That's it. Like the headline and, for instance, your video, if you're using a VSL, which I do recommend you actually use a VSL when you create a simple landing page. Okay, so just test line the headline and the creative. Just test those two things, and that's it. Like, don't test anything else. Don't change anything else. Just the headline and the creative, and that's it. Phase two, you want to. This is scaling. This is actually phase three. Whoops. But yeah, you want to scale from here, and that means raise your prices, focus on marketing and scaling, focus on making sure you're getting your clients a really good outcome. Make sure you define the exact outcome you're getting them, and then produce top, middle, and bottom of the funnel content all the way through. Top of the funnel content is to get people in your ecosystem. Middle of the funnel content is to get them to trust you and like you, and bottom of the funnel content is to get them to buy from you. Right? Know, like, trust, and this is just awareness. Right? That you just want them to be aware of you. Awareness, middle of funnel, know, like, trust, bottom of the funnel, buy from you. Right? So that's how it's done, guys. If you want me to teach you exactly how to do this with your personal brand, just like I've taught, 16 people to get to 7 figures, actually 17 people now to get to 7 figures, and 5 people to get to 8 figures per year, book a call with me down in the description and the pinned comment below.